Hey guys, this is a video for Simple Solutions number 6 or lesson 6, and this is problem 4. Several people had confusion about this problem. 3 yards of fabric weigh about 1.8 pounds. And then based on this measurement, find the weights of several other lengths. So it gives you the 3 lengths here, but it does tell you that 3 yards of fabric weighs about 1.8 pounds. So what we want to do is practice setting up ratios in this problem. We're going to do that 3 times. One for this one for this one, and one for this one. Okay, so I've already started here, and I apologize for my writing because I'm having to write with the mouse pad, but we've got 3 yards over 1.8 pounds. Okay, that's the given information from the word problem, equals 1 yard over x. So I want to know how many pounds of fabric are in 1 yard. Okay, when we set this up, once you get it set up this way, you can cross multiply to get an equation that you can then solve. So that equation would then be, if we go this way first, let's call that 3x equals, and then whatever we have here. 1 times 1.8 gives us 1.8. There. And then, as we talked about in class, the goal in an equation is to get your variable by itself, and that would be this letter x, and it represents an unknown number that we're trying to find the answer to. So to get the variable by itself, you would do the opposite operation to both sides, and since we have multiplication, we'll divide by 3 on both sides. And then we know that a 3 over a 3 gives us a funny looking 1. And then 1 times x is x equals 1.8, or 1 8/10 divided by 3. So what that would look like if we want to show our long division, and we do like to show our work in math class. Okay, we don't like decimals, so we'll go ahead and move that one, and then we'll have to do the same thing over here. Okay, and then we'll put that decimal. Let's add us a 0 here. 30 into 180 will go. Let's not put it there. Here. Let me erase that. Okay. And then I need my decimal back here. So 6 times 30, of course, is 180, and that leaves us with no remainder. So x would be 6/10. Now, question is, asks us for 6 yards. So how much is there in 6 yards? So 6 yards times 6/10. Let me get my pen. 6 times 6/10. Okay, 36. And then you've got a decimal place. Bring it over here. Okay, 3.6 pounds. Okay, That's a big decimal there. Alright. Let me erase all of this. Good thing about this video, guys, you can come back through it as many times as you need to. Alright. And see if I can make that a little bit larger. That helps. And so then we're going to set up a ratio for the next problem, or the next part of this problem. And I think this video will only let me go 15 minutes, so I'm trying not to rush too fast. But like I said, if you need to, you can go ahead and replay this as many times as you need. Okay, so let me get the cursor here. So now we need to find 18 inches. So if we go back to our original equation, 1 yard, we need 18, need my pen again. We need to find out what 18 inches, how much weight there is in 18 inches of this fabric. So we've already figured out how much is in 1 yard. Okay, we found out that 1 yard was 6/10 of a pound, 0.6 pounds. Now, if we know how much a yard is, okay, hopefully you know that 1 yard is 3 feet or 36 inches. I'm going to put these little marks here for inches. And that would be in 6/10 of a pound. Alright. Computer's lagging a little bit. Okay, so I'm looking for 18 inches. Now that I have inches and inches, I can set up this inequality, and it will tell me how many pounds are in 18 inches of fabric. And again, we're going to cross multiply this way, set that equal to cross multiplying this way. So I have 36x equals 0.6 times 18, or 6/10 times 18. Okay, 18 times 6. I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. I'm getting low on time as far as this video. 6/10. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 1 plus 4 is 108. And then I have one decimal place here to move. So I've got 10.8. Then I've got 36x equals 10 and 8/10. Now, again, multiplication in between the variable and 36. So I know the opposite operation is division. Divide both sides by 36. Okay, I can do that. And then I know that 36 over 36 equals 1, and 1 times x is x. I can now do my division. 36 into 1, or 10 and 8/10. Okay, now How many times does 36 go into 108? 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 30 is 90, so should be very close to 3. So let me do my multiplication and always show my work so I can always go back and figure out exactly where I messed up, if I mess up. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 3 is 9. Add a 1, that is 108, and we are good. So now, all I need to do is understand what this number is and what it means. So I'm going to go ahead and put it down here. That is not a 3. Now it looks more like a 3. So we were looking for how many pounds in 18 inches of fabric. And that would be 3/10 or 0.3 pounds. So we're almost finished. Now that we know what 18 inches equals, if we think about it, we'll know that 1 foot is 12 inches. So we can go ahead and set up, don't want to do that. We can go ahead and set up another ratio, 18, that looks nothing like 18, 18 over 3/10, 18 over 3/10 equals, remember that's inches, so don't want to forget what the word problem's asking, because sometimes we get lost in the math. And then we can put us an X here, and we'll switch to red just so we're not getting confused. So I can do 18x equals 3/10 times 12. Go back to black so we don't get mixed up. 18x equals 3/10 times 12. That was not a good 2 at all. Okay, 12. Just for time's sake, well, I think maybe I have time here. Let's do the 12. Do my multiplication. This computer is being slow with me. Times 3/10. Okay, 12 times 3, and then we'll move decimal to n. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. And then I need a decimal place. Now I need to rewrite my equation just so I can see what I'm doing. 18x equals 3, come on cursor, 3 and 6/10. And if I remember what I said earlier from the other two examples, I'll do the opposite operation to both sides. Now, that gives me x equals 3 6/10 divided by 18. Let's go ahead and do that, and hopefully I can get you there before my time runs up on this video. And that would be the answer to the last question. So 2, and move your decimal. 2 times 18 is 36, and that would mean that 2/10 of a pound is how much 1 foot of fabric would be. So I hope this helps. And if this is confusing to you, please watch it a couple of times. And if there's any more questions, then ask me in class, please, and I'll be glad to clarify.